Hey Scorpio, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch a wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements and see if I caught that storyline there. And I also do personal readings. Just email me at empressrose1111@gmail.com and we can set that up. So as you can tell, I'm on the road this week with a different environment. So it feels a little funny, honestly, to do these readings in a totally different spot than usual. But we're just seeing what happens here. So we're starting with this Oracle of Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going here. All right. I'm going to say these cards are popping out a lot more today. Oh, that one's way down there. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Scorpios, you know what? I don't have a lot of Scorpios in my life, but your readings are so... I love doing them. They're so great. I mean, I love doing all the readings, so I don't have any favorites, but I have, you know... getting to know some of your what's going on with you and your trip through these readings is really interesting. So, right, you've got the red garden here. You've changed a lot in an obvious way and in a not so obvious way. A way that everybody can see and a way that maybe only you know about. You're looking at the past, but you're not seeing it very clearly. Your heart's ready to move to the future, but you're kind of a little obsessed with something that happened in the past, probably these changes that happened to you, and the changes that you've gone through. You're a little bit obsessed with that, and you might not be seeing it clearly. The story you're telling about it may be a little skewed and worthy of some re-examination. Especially since your heart's ready to move forward, you're going to have to figure out some kind of way to release your focus on this thing in the past and allow your heart to move forward as it would like to do. But it looks like, I don't know, it looks like you have already moved forward a little bit. You've made a commitment. You've upped anchor here. There might be a distant companion here. You might be on this journey together, but you've made a commitment to go somewhere. This is a long way home. So you are on a very long journey to a new life and someplace else, a new beginning. But the journey, you've left a land, you've left a place, we've pulled up anchor, and the journey, the spirit, the winds of change are going to bring you someplace. You've already committed to some sort of process. You don't know where it's going because you're in a balloon, and the balloons rely solely on spirit and breath, air, spirar is spirit, and spirar, I think it's the Greek for air. So our spirit, our air, whatever great spirit is going to blow you to some new place. And some new home. As you go, you're going to be at home, though. It's not like you're just going to be living out of your rucksack in a tent somewhere. You are going to be home the whole time. So there's going to be there's some sort of journey where you're going to a new home, but you're not going to be horrifically uncomfortable as you go there. And the final destination is not necessarily up to you, but you have made a commitment to a journey to going someplace. And you have, right here, we have some ideas that are growing. So maybe you are going to school or doing something where you're going to grow this whole sort of castle in your mind, this whole thing, and you want to give it to the world. So you're going on a journey, on a trip, you've committed to something that's going to be building this castle and going to give you something to give to the world. Maybe you'll be end up writing a book about your travels by hot air balloon across the desert and what that's like, or something's brewing up here in your mind and preparing you to deliver some sort of communication. It is about communication with the world. So, and then we have abracadabra. So I like this because this I got a very clear vibe on that it's definitely communication, and abracadabra is talking about the words. We're also talking about a way that we're talking about something that happened in the past that's actually keeping us embroiled in the past and keeping us fixated on it. So we're going to find the magic words to release us and release our focus from that and move us forward. So we're going to abracadabra is about growth. It's about repeated cycles and and how the spiral represents the repeated cycles we all go through in life. But as we hit, hopefully, if we're continuing to grow and continuing to change, every time we hit that particular angle on the cycle, we've grown a little bit. So we're in a little bit of a different place. We have a little bit more perspective. We have a little bit clearer understanding of where we're going, of how to respond and what's healthiest for us as we hit that part of a cycle. So you might be saying like, oh my gosh, this again, here we go again. But you need to know that you've got new words to talk about it. You've got a new way of seeing it. You've grown, and you're much more closer to your dream than you might think you are. So this is abracadabra. This is about, and abracadabra are the magic words. So this is about developing some sort of way of talking about and communicating about something, perhaps something that happened in your past, that's going to change your world and change your future, and help you be closer, better at manifesting your dreams, or closer to accomplishing a dream that you have. Maybe this getting home or something like that. So this is all talking about communication with the world at large, and learning new ways to talk about things. And so something about this week is going to probably feel very familiar to you and look very familiar to you. And so you're talking about, and you're thinking about like, but you've grown. Okay, so these lessons from the past, and maybe this is part of releasing the past, is being able to apply the lesson as the situation represents itself for you to grow. Obviously, she's grown quite a bit. For you to grow and apply the growth to your life. And it's going to feel a little bit magical, I think. A little bit like, oh my gosh, I did do that, didn't I? I did respond to that in, a healthy way this time, or something like that. All right, Scorpio. This is your past. This is your present. This is your present. This is your inner landscape. This is what's at issue. This is your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. I love when we get confirmations between the two decks and the two spreads. In your recent past, you have this Three of Pentacles. This is putting together a team, embarking on a new project, like we have here, embarking on this new project, or planning out a new project, planning out a new direction you'd like to take in your life, but putting together your team to build something. So anytime we build something, especially something great and something extraordinary, we're talking to our contractor and our subcontractor, and no, we're just talking to the contractor and he's talking to the subcontractor. I think that's how that works. And we're talking to the accountant, and we're talking to the bank, and we're talking to our therapist, because construction involves a lot of twists and turns that can be a little bit difficult to navigate. So we're putting together, we've already put together a team. In your current situation, we're talking about putting down a burden that wasn't yours. That might have been part of assembling this team here, is that handing off some sort of burden that wasn't yours. So the 10 is the completion of these wands, and these might have been worries and concerns that you were carrying that maybe were not yours to carry, and you can put that down now. And so you're in the process of putting down a burden and putting down something that's been pretty heavy for you. Hopefully, I'm wondering if it's not a team member, if it's not like, hey, listen, I just want to be the accountant on this project, whatever it is, be it, family, emotional life, relationships, or whatever, or work, literally work. So you might just have been like, you know what, I don't want to be the accountant. I'm going to find the accountant, and then I'm going to put that burden down, and I'm going to just carry what's mine to carry, because I would just like to be I forgot, but I just like to be somebody else I just want to be the bricklayer here. I don't want to have to, do other people's jobs either. So hopefully you found a team, and you're in the process of handing off something that's a little bit heavy, that wasn't yours to carry, didn't feel very good, felt a little awkward, and made it difficult for you to carry the other things that you were meant to carry and you're meant to be doing and that are yours to carry. Hard to carry your burden when you're carrying everybody else's too. In your inner landscape, is the Hanged Man. So this is an inner landscape card in our inner landscape. So this is about changing things on the inside, figuring out what your hangups are, unraveling some sort of issue. This could be, you know, thinking about your past. This could be growing and understanding about an issue and a repeated pattern here. But we're trying to figure something out, and we're sorting it out, and we're hoping that we are sorting it out. We're hoping that as we work on this knot up here, we're not just making it tighter and tighter. We're hoping that we are unraveling it and helping to free ourselves, and helping to free ourselves. Maybe there's not a lot of change on the outside, but we're really thinking about, you know, we're really thinking we've got a lot going on inside. It's not changing a lot outside, but we're getting close. We're getting close to being able to hand this off. But right now we're just working on the interior aspects, our understandings, how we view it, how we talk about it, letting go maybe of our vice grip on this past situation that may be creating some difficulties in our current situation. What's at issue here is this Five of Swords. So this is a card of being stuck between a rock and a hard place. And it's about the same either way, in reverse or upright. But in reverse, we're talking more about you creating harm. Like, this is a situation, and it could be part of a group situation in which you feel like, at least you feel like you have to make a choice between being the bad guy and being the victim. So this is talking about more like your focus right now is more on what happens if you be the bad guy, like, because it harms us. When we harm others, we're all one. So as we harm others, we are harming ourselves, you know, in ways that aren't obvious, in ways that are more subtle than obvious. We do harm ourselves. So we have to calculate that and use that very judiciously. There are times when we do have to be the perpetrator. We do have to be the thief, or we might have to be a little sneaky. And be careful you're not justifying something. Maybe run it through one of your team members here. You know, we're not wanting to be cruel. We're not wanting to be the one that steals the swords. Unfortunately, if we don't, we might get killed here. So there's an issue. And in the reverse, it's talking more about your role and you, the damages you might take to your heart and to your soul to have to be a perpetrator in a situation. But we can't always be victim. You know, it's just a rock and a hard place. Like, what do you want to do here? Do you want to be the victim, or do you want to be the perpetrator? You don't want to be either, actually. And I think we'd all prefer not to be in a situation in which we have to choose between those two things. But right now you're looking at the cost incurred in being the supposed bad guy in the situation, because being a victim would be, is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, we can all like take our hits and choose when we're going to take the hit and choose when we're going to stand up for ourselves. This is called picking your battles. So you're really thinking about what it's going to cost you if you pick this battle. For myself, when I'm in this situation where I'm having, it's already that I'm even thinking about it means that I probably have to fight this battle, and I probably have to do that because my default is like, whatever, no skin off my back, just take what you want, do what you want. I don't want to, I'd rather, you know, be a victim rather than engage in conflict. So if I'm actually thinking about like, I think I have to be the perpetrator here, then I have to do it. It's like already just the fact that I'm thinking about it is an indication that that's the direction I need to go, even though it makes me profoundly uncomfortable and I don't want to do that. There are times in life when we do have to do that. So this is talking about being between a rock and a hard place. There are no easy options. There's no easy outs here. I mean, you've got this burden you need to put down. You've got a lot of growth you need to go through. And there's just something very not easy. And this card is here to tell you there's not a good option. There's not an easy option here. You're going to have to like pick which way you want to lose here. What finger? It's like, you know, if you cross the mob and they're like, we're going to take your fingers, and you're like, no, and they're like, but you get to pick which one. And so the card is about picking which finger you'd like to lose. But you don't get a choice on losing a finger. You just get to pick which one. So in your environment, we have someone here who's King of Swords. So this can actually be a judge or someone, a fair observer. So you have someone you should be consulting about this. This is a person who's very fair-minded, sees both sides of the stories, sees your rock, sees your hard place, can be very clear-minded, incredibly intelligent, very clear-minded. This could be a lawyer, on your side. This could be a judge. This could be just a person, an advisor, someone you know, male or female. But they have a good handle on both sides of the story, what's fair, what's clear. They're going to be able to guide you through this if that's what you want. If that's what you need, they're here to do that. So it's a very intelligent person, clear communicator, and can see both sides of the story for you and help you there. So that's a person in your environment, is King of Swords, very clear thinker, clear communicator. And your to-do list here is taking a leap of faith. It may be faith in what the advice of this King of Swords. It may be faith in yourself, but this is taking that leap of faith. Like maybe you finish this, unraveling this knot, and it's time to move forward. I mean, we're having a leap of faith right here. This upping anchor is a little bit of the same thing. Yeah, you don't know where you're going. Yeah, you're on this precipice. There's danger. The situation has some danger inherent in it, but you see your opening and you take it, maybe to share something, maybe to talk about something, maybe to pull up the anchor that you need to pull up and move forward. So you're taking a leap of faith. It's scary, yep, but there should be a little bit of enthusiasm and a little bit of a sense of, yeah, I'm doing this. You know, so you're taking the leap. You're moving forward. This is what you're being called to do here. There's been a lot of contemplation going on and a lot of growth and a lot of worry, but you're taking the leap of faith on this project. You've got a team here. You've got people to help you. And then where are we going? I love this. 3 of Cups, hanging out with our friends, feeling supported, feeling loved, singing together, sort of making some great music with our friends, feeling at home, sharing confidently, sharing safely, like feeling good to share. It's going to feel really good to share with your friends and to be together with them, sharing your feelings, your emotions, maybe some singing, maybe not singing, but maybe just this leap of faith forward brings you into communion with others and having a tribe. And I like that we have the 3 of Pentacles up here, putting together your team. This is a very practical team. And then we have the 3 of Cups here. This is an emotionally connected team, a group of friends, a group of singers, a group of people sharing. So you've got like a team that's helping you physically, and it looks like with some leaps of faith here, maybe we get to this team becoming an emotional support team as well. So that looks pretty cool. I like that we have those 2 3s here representing teamwork and strength. 3 is the strongest, is a triangle is the strongest shape, and 3 is such a strong and spiritual number for us. So I really love that. All right. Well, I hope you have a great week, Scorpio. Thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. Your comments are really fun to engage with, and I really like reading them. I'm a little bit of a slowpoke with engagement, but that does not mean that I don't enjoy engaging. It just means I'm a little pokey when it comes to that. So, and also when future people come and find this channel, your engagement with it, raises the visibility of it. So if a future person is helped by a message I bring, then you can consider yourself having helped them as well. So there you go. Anyway, I hope you have a great week, Scorpio. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have fun with your 3 of Cups friends.